Hi, this is Suna Senman explaining A Course in Miracles. I'm doing this stimulated by sharing A Course in Miracles with a new friend and looking for videos on explaining A Course in Miracles, but not really finding anything I felt satisfied with. So A Course in Miracles has been around since the late 70s. It was a channeled material in the late 60s when Helen Schumann and Bill, whoever, were research psychiatrists that could not agree and they were going to lose their funding. So they kind of threw up their hands and just said there's got to be another way. So that is my summation of A Course in Miracles, how it works for me, opening myself up to another way when things have not been working for me in relationships and finances, and jobs and mental health, whatever. There's got to be another way, and there is. There's a divine way that we've had many clouds of programmed thoughts and beliefs and such that have hidden the divine way. So back to Helen and Bill, research psychiatrists who had no spirituality. In fact, Helen didn't understand what she was channeling, didn't believe in it. She finally shared it with a parapsychologist at a conference who read it and said, this has got to get out to the world. And what it is channeled from was a very, very high consciousness that was so clear that when Helen was interrupted by someone knocking on her door or whatever, when she came back, it just continued exactly where it was. Incredibly high, clear consciousness. That consciousness turns out to be Yeshua. I call him Yeshua because that was his name as he lived on earth. And most people call him Jesus. Now, I also studied church history and have seen how there's been psychological manipulation where some people are actually allergic to the word Jesus or God because of the misrepresentations. So the actual Course in Miracles has some Christian terminology and uses the pronoun he, meaning all people, women and men. And the language of A Course in Miracles, as it is in the book, can put people off if they have these inflated, passionate, negative reactions to certain words. So I encourage you to read it. Don't think you have to understand it or even agree with it, but just do it and then see what happens. So that's happened to me. That's my experience. In 2015, in the summer, I think it was July or August, I had just had a major breakup with who I thought was really the person made for me. Like, we came from the same soul and split into male and female. And I'm not going to go into that. It was a shock when that person said, I don't want to be a partner anymore. And it was revealed that he had issues that he had to work out. In fact, he said he can't love anybody if he can't love himself. So that is a very, very key thing. If you cannot love, respect, and care for yourself, then you don't have it to give. So that's where we start and focus on, is ourselves, loving and caring and respecting ourselves. And that's why having the discipline to do the Course in Miracles lessons is an amazing gift to yourself. So I started in July 2015. I also had a major operation, an ankle replacement, because it had gotten to where I couldn't walk. I had injured it as a competitive gymnast when I was 16. And it was like, I was still unable to put any pressure on it right after this operation. But I was visiting two friends who were really dear, caring people that started this A Course in Miracles. One of them, a French woman who had studied a lot of spiritual material, she just said, because I was arguing with it, I said, I don't like the language, he should say it this way, but she said, don't, just do it. You don't have to like it, you don't have to agree with it, just do it. So I did these lessons, the 365 lessons of A Course in Miracles. But I noticed after about 2 or 3 months that, wow, my life was so much easier. I was in a graduate program that was very research heavy. I was working on a research thesis. I had a part-time job. I was swimming 3 to 4 days a week, about 6 kilometers. And I would bike everywhere. I had given up my car. I was biking everywhere. And I joined a theater group, participated in a theater group. And I just thought, wow, you know, I'm unlimited. I can do anything. And I realized at that point that a lot of space that I was now experiencing to do all these fun things was taken up by my own kind of monkey mind, my overthinking and overdoing and doing that had to be undone, and you know, all kinds of stuff like that had gone away just by practicing this Course of Miracles. So that's my experience. Other people have other experiences. I do highly recommend Louise Spalding in her Lessons of A Course in Miracles on YouTube, because she reads the lesson and then she channels Jesus immediately. She did this every day for a year in 2019, which is much closer to our current reality than 1960s or 70s. And she tells her story as well. And if you want to look for that, her story with A Course in Miracles, you can do that. I just found it was a little bit also advertising her own programs and stuff that she was going to do. But she tells her story, and it's different for different people. The Course in Miracles begins with saying, this is a Course in Miracles. It is mandatory for everyone to take. You can only choose when you're going to take it. And very few of the other videos copied that, because some of them said it's not for everyone. It is for everyone. The thing is, you have to overcome your own small-mindedness and ego, narcissistic tendencies in order to step into this new shift in your life towards fulfillment and peace and joy. And it's a practice that we're always working on. I have to keep working on it. I have days when I wake up and it's not a good feeling inside of me. And then I will reach out for the Course in Miracles and listen to the lesson or read it or something like that. Because what I have learned from the Course in Miracles is that we have a divine GPS system, and how it works, like your GPS on your car, when you start to go off on the wrong way, it's saying, up, turn around, go another way, go another way, go another way, and it might redirect, reroute you. That's when we are feeling shameful or bad or uncomfortable or sad or angry. Anger, I'll explain that a little bit later. But it's a warning system within us, the GPS, that says there's another way. And it could be, think about it in a different way. That's often what it is. But it's really a loving guidance. It's like we live in a free will universe that God or divine or, the higher powers set up for us to make our choices. But that loving energy did not leave us alone. It gave us this guiding system so that we can come into our fulfillment and our joy and our bliss beyond our imaginations. And that is when we have the negative feelings that it's saying, stop, choose something differently. And I am very grateful for that. So every time I have like a habitual thing, like telling myself you're not good enough, you should have known better, I will thank that thought for reminding me to love myself more and to pause and maybe choose another thought. And I've learned to substitute those thoughts every time they come up. Like, you should have known better, for example. I did take that tape out and put in, well, good for you, you're learning. And part of learning is finding out what you don't want, right? So getting back to A Course in Miracles, I'm going to bring up the book. Actually, there are several versions. This is the purple book, which is kind of the unedited version. It also has some of the personal guidance to Helen, who was channeling it in the beginning. The blue book is the one that's most often read. You can choose, and it comes in 3 aspects. There's the course, which is, if you want to do it the way I did it, you can listen to the 4 YouTubes that are, the first 3 are 11 hours long. 11 hours long. And the last one is about 4 hours or 4.5. I chose to just put it on and listening to it while I was walking, biking, sleeping, anything, because I had, after that fall of 2015, decided to go to a Course in Miracles conference. And I had just studied the lessons. I hadn't even read the actual course. And I thought, I better at least read the course before I go to this conference, so I know what I'm talking about. And I didn't understand it all. I was sleeping through part of it, but it was there. And it is something you can read over and over and over again and get more out of it. Like many people do with the Bible or any kind of scriptures. I do it with a book called Anna, the grandmother of Jesus, talking about the life of that family. So just whatever you do, there's no wrong way to do the Course in Miracles. The only possible wrong way is to not do it, because it is a required course for every human. And then there is the lessons underneath. Those are what we're doing every day. In fact, if you are interested in doing the lessons daily with me, and there's about 20 of us maybe at this point on a WhatsApp group, I will put my Instagram connection below, and you can DM me, direct message me through Instagram, and I can put you into that group. And all we do is post the daily lesson, and sometimes some of us may comment on what our experience is with that lesson. But it's a very simple chat. We don't have a lot of chatting back and forth. It's just A Course in Miracles lessons. And then the last part, what does it say, the dialogue? It's supposed to be the teacher's manual. But this is, I don't have my glasses on, I'm sorry. So I just suggest you pick it up and you do it. How regular you do it is up to you. Daily, like the daily lessons, is best. And you absolutely forgive yourself if you do it a different way, if you miss a day or whatever. Just catch yourself up. That's my suggestion. It is a course in letting go of the judgments, the shame, all that stuff. It's a course in forgiveness. Louise Spalding has several books. Mary Ann Williamson has a book called Return to Love, which is about it. I actually received 13 days of guidance from the mother of Jesus, who we know as Mother Mary. And it's a little pocket book called Mother Mary Speaks, 13 Days Guidance. I'm going to put it closer, so if you want to screenshot it, you can. And this I also read every day. It is a very soft mother's way of sharing what's in this big book. Whoops, sorry. And it's maybe easier to do if you would like. And I do it repeatedly, day 1 through 13, and then back to day 1. It is, it's the same truth. Truth is truth. Truth will never contradict itself. Truth is love. So it's a loving substance, nutrient for yourself. And the love that you have for yourself is the love you can give. And many of us, known as wounded healers, have this strong urge to help the world, to help others, to do for, to protect others and such. And we forget that we're only giving what we have. So we have to feed ourselves, nourish ourselves, so that it is available for others. It's available through our overflow. So we must fill ourselves up first. And I'm keeping myself back from making this another promotion of the stuff that I put out. But if you want, I'll have it in the description below. And there are many ways of connecting to the truth of who you are, your inner wisdom. And that's been the motivation between everything I do and promote. So this was supposed to be a short video, and I hope that you get some understanding of A Course in Miracles, or the need to try it. I recommend try it for 3 months, just with discipline, and then make a judgment. So I'm going to end this video as I do all of them. Go forth in this day, open to receive your blessings. See you next time.